Trump's America First foreign policy, the cheese-fueled diplomacy revolution. Washington, D.C., FI. For years, American foreign policy has been about trying to balance diplomacy, military power, and economic influence. It's been about alliances, strategies, and sometimes snacks? Yes. In the latest development of Donald Trump's policy, it seems like the secret to world peace might just involve a bag of Cheetos and some cheddar cheese. At a recent press conference, Trump gave what can only be described as the cheesiest speech on foreign policy yet. As he spoke about America First, the unmistakable scent of cheese seemed to follow him around, perhaps a lingering aftereffect from his snack of choice, Cheetos. And of course, there were the telltale signs, orange dust on his fingers, visible with every gesture as he waved at the crowd. America First means everything to me, Trump declared, as he scratched his nose, unintentionally transferring a bit more orange powder to his face. I believe in making America strong again. We will defeat our rivals and put America back on top, Trump exclaimed, all while holding a bag of Cheetos like a crown jewel. His supporters cheered, unaware that some of them were too distracted by the pungent aroma of cheese wafting through the air. But, hey, who's counting? The America First doctrine, which has always been about isolating the U.S. from global alliances, is now taking an unexpected turn, the focus on snacks. Trump's approach? Don't just build walls. Let's build a snack fortress. Why worry about the complex diplomacy of foreign relations when you can send out bags of snacks to make friends? This is how we solve the Russia-Ukraine war. Trump mused during his speech, as if the idea of offering Putin a lifetime supply of Cheetos could be the turning point. Tariffs, sanctions, and a couple of cheese snacks should do the trick. He paused, sniffing the air. Maybe it's time we send the world our most valuable commodity, American cheese. This new cheese diplomacy, as some are calling it, seems to be working wonders with Trump's base. It's less about missile strikes, more about missile snacks. It's like taking a page from the Reagan-era playbook, but adding a whole new layer of cheddar. America's allies are left scratching their heads, wondering if they should stock up on cheese snacks or just learn to live with this new, snack-heavy world order. Meanwhile, Vice President J.D. Vance is in the background, cradling a sofa like it's the most precious thing he's ever seen. This sofa, it gets me, Vance said softly to reporters, whispering sweet nothings into its cushions. It understands the way of the world. His strange interaction with the sofa has raised eyebrows. But in Trump's world, who's going to question what happens in the background when the cheese is this thick? Senator Lindsey Graham, who's been all over the place with his views on international relations, nodded enthusiastically at Trump's words. This is the kind of leadership we need, Graham said, flinging a handful of cheese snacks into the air as if the answer to everything was somewhere between the orange dust and the strategic pauses of silence. Let's send a message to the world. If you want peace, bring chips. If you want war, bring nothing. Across the aisle, Democrats are furiously trying to make sense of Trump's new foreign policy. The U.S. is in a delicate position, and we need to take this seriously, said Representative Nancy Pelosi, shaking her head in disbelief. But if Trump's solution to international diplomacy is a bowl of snacks, maybe we need to reconsider our entire approach to foreign relations. But as the world looks on, it becomes clearer. The future of U.S. foreign policy is no longer about power or diplomacy. It's about the snack aisle. In the Pentagon, military advisors are frantically trying to figure out how to implement Trump's plan for a cheese-based foreign policy. General Mark Milley was reportedly seen sneaking into the snack closet, muttering something about tactical cheese deployment. Meanwhile, in the halls of Congress, debates over military spending have taken a curious turn. We need to increase our military budget, but maybe we should also invest in more Cheetos, said Senator Tom Rice. If we're going to win the world over, we need to have more than just weapons. We need flavor. But as it turns out, it's not just about snacks. Trump has promised more than just cheesy diplomacy. He's also threatening to take down any country that dares to cross him. If Russia doesn't stop invading Ukraine, I'll take them on with the power of American snacks, Trump threatened, as if the idea of a trade war was only about sending cheese-covered chips instead of actual military intervention. Across the globe, world leaders are either laughing or getting really worried. President Volodymyr Zelensky of Ukraine reportedly told his staff, if we can get some of these American snacks, maybe we can hold out a little longer. At least he's keeping a sense of humor, even as Trump's policies take on a bizarre, snack-heavy twist. And as for China, well, they're probably just wondering why they didn't invest in Cheetos sooner. We've been playing the long game in foreign policy, said a spokesperson for the Chinese government. But if they've got cheesy snacks, maybe we should rethink our entire approach. In this brave new world of cheese-driven diplomacy, one thing is for sure. The next global summit will be held in a snack aisle, and no one is leaving without a bag of chips. But in the meantime, J.D. Vance continues to comfort the sofa. And Trump, well, he's making sure the world knows that if you want to beat him, you better bring your best cheese. Trump and Musk's cost-cutting campaign, a glorious chaos of government overhaul, Cheetos, and the Muskification of America. Washington, D.C. FI. In a turn of events that could only be described as equal parts genius and total disaster, President Donald Trump and tech mogul Elon Musk have teamed up to take a chainsaw to the American government, armed with only a bag of Cheetos, a cryptic tweet, and Musk's slightly concerning obsession with efficiency. And the results? A whirlwind of dysfunction, power grabs, and a lot of very questionable cheese-based policy decisions. For those still recovering from the shock of last Friday's announcements, allow us to guide you through what's shaping up to be the most entertaining and unsettling government overhaul in modern history. EPA's new Department of Cheetos Efficiency. To kick things off, let's talk about the Environmental Protection Agency, EPA. An agency that's traditionally been concerned with protecting the environment, but now finds itself taking orders from the Department of Government Efficiency, or DG, which has a very specific set of priorities. Cut costs, maximize snacks, and never let the bureaucracy get in the way of cheese. Under new directives, every contract over $50,000, don't worry, the budget for government-issued snacks is unlimited, must first be approved by a Musk-appointed team. You might assume these are EPA experts with years of environmental experience. But no, they're actually a group of Silicon Valley tech bros who think climate change is just a cool hashtag and are more likely to discuss crypto than the Great Barrier Reef. Look, I get it. Saving the planet is important, said one of Musk's underlings while adjusting their VR headset. But can we save the planet with more efficiency? Also, who's got the snacks? And just when you thought it couldn't get worse, Musk's team has mandated that every government office now has a dedicated cheese consultant to ensure that every corner of the government operates at maximum cheese output. This move, according to Musk, is innovative and will inspire a whole new generation of cheese lovers. The White House is reportedly planning a new cheese summit next month to discuss the global cheese shortage and how America will capitalize on it. TSA, bye-bye unions. Hello, privatization and more cheese. Next, we move to the Transportation Security Administration, TSA, which has been the target of Musk's efficiency hammer. The union, representing 47,000 TSA agents, was swiftly discarded, like last year's tech gadget that couldn't keep up with the disruption. In an unceremonious and eyebrow-raising move, Musk and Trump canceled the collective bargaining agreement and decided to privatize the TSA. They now plan to sell off airport security to Cheddar Security Enterprises, a fledgling company with zero experience in airport management, but a lot of experience in the Cheeto industry. We've eliminated the middlemen, so now we can privatize security, explained Musk while reclining in a chair shaped like a giant slice of Swiss cheese. And, as an added bonus, there's now a snack bar in every terminal, offering high-quality cheddar for $1 a bag. It's a win-win. Insiders report that instead of scanning luggage, TSA agents will now simply weigh bags of Cheetos and assign a security rating based on how many bags you can carry. It's all about efficiency, one TSA official remarked, holding up a bag of spicy nacho Cheetos like it was a holy grail, the $1 Pentagon credit card, and other government shenanigans. But the real shocker comes from the Pentagon, where Trump and Musk decided that government credit cards issued to federal employees would now have a $1 limit. Yes, that's right, $1 for all government travel. No more lavish hotel stays, no more flights to international conferences, just a single dollar to spend for anything. Government workers are now expected to survive on the kindness of corporate sponsors, Musk's favorite idea, Or just pile into a van full of office workers and go on an impromptu road trip to the nearest national park. A senior Pentagon official who was seen frantically Googling how to travel for $1 stated, "I guess we'll just take a lift to the airport and maybe Uber pool to our next meeting. At least we get snacks." Meanwhile, Trump's let them eat cake attitude has only increased. When asked about the financial strain this would put on federal employees, he shrugged and said, "Look, the most valuable thing in government is time. And who needs food when we have infinite Cheetos?" Musk, the king of confusion and cryptic tweets. Amidst all the chaos, Musk has continued to confuse and delight the masses with his bizarre tweets. One such tweet, posted at 2 a.m., read, "Government efficiency is like a rocket. You just need the right amount of fuel and some seriously good cheese." While no one knows exactly what he meant, the public has taken as a sign that the cheese-fueled rocket is coming. And though many wonder if Musk actually understands the scope of the changes, Trump remains a staunch defender. "Elon's our guy," said the president. Sure, sometimes he tweets stuff about Mars or Dogecoin, but he's also taken down the swamp one snack at a time. The wild future of Social Security and other government programs. For those wondering how this will affect Social Security, we have good news. Musk has created an app to track your Social Security benefits with a twist. Instead of numbers, it will now show your cheese credit, how much cheese you've earned in the system. The more cheese you have, the faster your benefits get processed. It's an innovation, according to Musk, who is already planning to launch a new crypto cheese coin that will allow for faster, cheese-based transactions. As for layoffs, the White House is gearing up for a massive reduction in force, with the Department of Veterans Affairs likely to shed 80,000 employees, while the IRS and Social Security Administration are preparing to cut their staff by 50%. But don't worry, said Trump, we'll still have the cheese. The cheese will always be here. The Muskification of America, a cheese-fueled, high-tech future. So what's the takeaway from all this? America is officially being Muskified, and it's equal parts fascinating and terrifying. From privatizing TSA to giving federal workers $1 credit cards to launching new government agencies for cheese, the entire system is being revamped with one thing in mind: efficiency. Some say it's a disaster waiting to happen. Others, like David Sachs, a venture capitalist and Musk loyalist, say this is exactly how government should run. Faster than a startup, more efficient than a Tesla, and with more Cheetos than you could ever dream of. But no matter where you stand on this, one thing is clear: the cheese revolution has begun. Well, that's all the misinformation we've got for today. Folks, if you enjoyed this deep dive into the wrong end of the pool, hit that like button so hard. Even your ex would feel it. Don't forget to subscribe, ring the bell, because nothing says I have my life together like notifications about things you don't need to know. Stay factually incorrect, and I'll see you next time. Unless I've accidentally got some facts right, then I'm out.